He obliterated the Sabbath system. He can institute it. He can make commands for restrictions. He can require death for violation of those commands, as in the Mosaic Law, or he can set it aside totally. He can abrogate it. He can nullify it. Jesus is announcing the end of the Sabbath. It is not moral. It wasn't even given until the time of Moses and abrogated in the time of Christ. Jesus literally did away with the Sabbath.
Did Jesus obliterate the Sabbath? Did he totally set it aside? Did he abrogate, nullify it? Did he literally do away with, put an end to, abolish the Sabbath? There is a passage that shows Jesus was not anticipating setting aside the Sabbath. In fact, he foresaw his followers would still keep it after his resurrection. The death and resurrection of Jesus happened around 31 AD. Before he went to the cross, Jesus predicted the destruction of Jerusalem. In 70 AD, that's 40 years after his resurrection, vengeful Roman soldiers brought destruction upon Jerusalem. Jesus, foreseeing this, told his followers that when they see the signal, they must flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house, neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight might not be in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. Many of his followers would have perished in the cold, or provisions would have been hard to get if they flee in the winter. He also looked into the future and told his followers to pray that they would not have to flee on a Sabbath day. It would be difficult to rest and worship while trying to flee. So Jesus looked into the future and was not anticipating putting an end to the Sabbath. No anticipation of the Sabbath being abolished or annulled. No intention of setting the Sabbath commandment aside after his resurrection. Here in Matthew 24, verse 20, foreseeing the danger ahead, Jesus was exhorting his followers to continue in observing the weekly Sabbath. He did not discourage it, but simply ordered them to pray that their Sabbath observance would not be interrupted. God bless.